Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. I hope everyone is safe. So, let's get started. I first want to say thank you very much for being part of this beautiful community. Thank you very much for supporting my channel just by simply being here, by hitting that like button, by commenting, by sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are not and you would like to be, hit that subscribe button. All my information is always in the description box below. My tarot course, how to book a reading, all my other social media platforms are there in the description box below. Timestamps as well. So, what's today's pick a card? Today's pick a card actually is a very interesting one. I do want to give a shout out to Elizabeth. She is one of my clients, and she thanks to her reading, it inspired this pick a card. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And again, huge shout out to you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. So today's pick a card is, what is your superpower? Okay, what is your gift? What is your superpower? So we have three piles here. We have pile number 1, 2, and 3. Again, there is no right way of doing this. Pick the one that you feel the most drawn to, the one that you just gravitate towards, or you can just run your finger through the timestamps and just pick one. I do that a lot with with other pick a cards that I watch as well. I just kind of like run my finger and just pick a pile at random. So if that's something that you do, hey, I do that too. So remember that these are general readings, so don't try to force something. Okay, if it doesn't fit, it wasn't for you, and that's okay. Not every reading is going to resonate with you. So let's get started here. I do want to give a channeled message here as well. I do feel right now it's an amazing time to manifest things in the physical realm. Okay, I don't know, but that keeps coming up. A lot of fairy energy, and every time I tap into fairy energy, for me is always talking about manifestation, is always talking about the physical, tangible things, right? Because they are connected to Mother Earth. So to me, Mother Earth is all the things that are tangible. I feel like right now we're in a really good place as a collective to bring in what we want to. I feel like our energy is vibrating a lot higher, and I feel like you're going to be seeing that a lot of your manifestations are actually happening rather quickly, especially if they're coming from your heart space, especially if they're things that you know you need. So for example, I'm just going to give a little story here. Anna, if you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. That's my friend from Vegas. Shout out to you. She we were just talking about how I have to go to this event on the weekend. You know, it's a friend gathering, and so I've been telling my husband that I've been wanting to go to a river. I've been wanting to go to a river, and it's I feel like I don't know, I feel pulled. Sorry, I'm trying to move my chair and it won't move. So I feel like I just been wanting to kind of connect with the element of the river, to just be out in Mother Earth, and I go camping and like, you know, just be there, enjoy my time, relax, kind of disconnect. And so I was like saying it for like 2 days straight. And I got the opportunity to go, or I have the opportunity to go. And now I'm like, it's interfering with the other event that I need to go to. And I'm just kind of torn, but see, what I'm trying to say is like, whatever is in alignment with your heart, whatever it is that you really need, it's going to start manifesting for you really fast, especially if you speak it out loud. Okay. And so I was telling my friend right now, I was like, oh my God, like I've been wanting to go, and now it's, wow, this other event is happening. So now I have to make a choice. Good one, Spirit. Give it to a Libra to make a choice, right? You guys, I'm not throwing shade at Libras. I'm a Libra, double Libra, Libra Sun, Libra Venus. Venus and Libra, sorry. But, you know, I'm like, really? And it's this weekend, so it's right around the corner. I need to make that decision. And maybe for a lot of you, you're going through something similar, or you're noticing that things that you know are really in alignment with your heart's desires are manifesting a lot, like really quickly. And it's because of that, because right now I feel like energetically we're in that point where we're able to attract things to us and pull things to us a lot quicker, because we're in this stage of surrendering, right? We're in the stage of just allowing things to flow, to just be. 444, as I said that. And maybe for a lot of you, you've been wanting to connect with water. That could be something, because I'm also seeing this card Reach coming out. So maybe you've been wanting to go to connect with water, to the beach, to a lake, or hell, it can be even in your tub, you know what I mean? Or in your pool if you have one. I feel like it's just this energy of needing to connect with the element of water. Maybe you want to work with water in your rituals and your manifestations. So that'll be really good for you. I always get asked, how can I work with an element? Well, I will be discussing that in my tarot course as well, especially when we go down into the minor arcana. But working with water element, you can do this again by connecting with water, literally going to the water, or as well as connecting with, for example, a blue candle, or connecting with the crystals that, you know, shells, crystals that have to do with water element, like aquamarine, right? Another way is as well by just drinking more water with a intention in your water, right? Infusing your water. And there's so many water rituals that you can do. Sound bath rituals as well. But let's see. Let's get started. So I hope that resonates for someone out there. Yeah, there's something with the waterfalls and the water coming out. So if you get the chance to go out and connect with the lake, with the river, with, you know, the pool, whatever it is, just go out there. Maybe that's confirmation for someone. Maybe you've been thinking about it too, and you're just like, should I? Go for it. Do it. You know, just make sure that you have the time, but go ahead. I feel like your guides are also saying, you know, things are happening effortlessly, right? Like a waterfall. It just happens so effortlessly. A lot of beautiful things are coming your way. A lot of blessings. I always think of waterfalls as blessings, abundance, gifts from our ancestors and our guides. So for a lot of you, I feel like your guides are just saying, allow things to come to you effortlessly. You don't need to do much. You can relax for things to fall into place, okay? So let's get started with pile number one, numero uno. Hello, pile number one. So let's see, what is your superpower? Let's have a look. I'm getting pile number one. You're very connected to your ancestors, like real connected to them. I feel like, okay, part of your superpower is, I feel like you might be connected to flowers a lot. Okay, so I don't know if you like to be around flowers, gardens, things like this, or maybe you just like always have flowers in your house, especially orange, yellow ones. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing. There's sunflowers as well, daisies as well is coming through. That could be your name, Daisy, I don't know, or Rose could be your name as well. I'm also getting Iris, Edis. Okay, Edis could be your name. Edis, Iris. Maybe you like having like those yellowy, orangey type of roses in your house. But there's something with flowers, or your ancestors communicate a lot with you through flowers. A particular flower there, or you Google certain flowers. So like, let's say sunflowers keep showing up for you. You Google like, what is the meaning of a sunflower type of thing. And so I feel like your ancestors really like that. Okay, they really like it because they're like, yeah, they're a sign. So I feel like you get a lot of symbols through your ancestors and through your spiritual team. I feel like you're able to discern symbols. You're able to discern omens as well. You might see a lot of, again, something with the colors. Okay, so I don't know if you see a lot of colors. You're able to pick up energy from colors. So you might see that at a certain point, you know, you see a lot of orange or a lot of yellow in your life, or a lot of red, and they're saying it's connecting back to your chakra system. It's connecting back to like your chakra points, and like also, you know, you investigating or doing your research or having some Reiki energy work done on you when you see a particular color will be great. Okay, but let's see. Faith. Your superpower is your intuition, is your instinct. Okay, you're able to kind of walk with blindfold on. Like, not literally, you guys, please do not do that, just for the purpose of the reading here, okay, and the image. But I do have to say that disclaimer, don't walk around with a blindfold on, okay, just please. But I feel like you're able to go into situations blindly with just trusting your intuition. I feel like that's part of your superpower. You're very connected to your guides, your ancestors, and to your instinct, your intuition. Again, I feel like this is something that was passed down by your ancestors, and I feel like you are just someone who can trust. You have this gift of trusting, of knowing that everything is going to be okay, especially if it feels right to you. You're like, yeah, everything's going to be okay, and everything does end up working out okay. And I feel like you have moments where you're like, that, that doesn't feel right. That's not okay with me, or something like this. And then for whatever reason, you just didn't listen to it. And I'm pretty sure you have moments where you're like, I should have listened to that. I should have listened to that. I should have, listened to my intuition. And I feel like that was your ancestors are saying that was like a big learning curve for you with that situation, just because from that point on, you really learn to listen to your intuition. You really, that has become like your compass, is what I'm picking up. But when it comes to things that you're passionate about, because she does have red hair, you just go in blindly to situations, I feel here. You're not afraid to take leaps of faith. You're not afraid of taking this role of the fool, if we're talking about tarot, right? Of taking that jump, taking that leap, of trusting, following that call within you, because this is you following the call within you. This is not, somebody else telling you that you need to go in that direction. I feel like you could even be, I'm getting this energy of like, you might be someone who does go out and, like, let's say outsource, for example. You might go get a reading, okay? Or you might go to someone that you trust and you might tell them like, hey, this is what's going on. What do you think? Like, you're someone who will take their viewpoint, their viewpoint, their whatever it is, their reading, their guidance to consideration, but that will not be the reason why you do things. Like, ultimately you always come back to you. Ultimately you always come back to your intuition, and you're like, yeah, I need to go that route, or no, I do not. Okay? And I feel like there's moments in your life where you're just like, I didn't even ask anybody. I just did what I needed to do, and it ended up working for you. So that is your superpower. You're someone who's very trusting of yourself, your own intuition, and your own discernment. And I feel like it doesn't matter like what's going on around you. You're just trust yourself. You trust your heart. You trust your gut. Powerful signs. You guys are my omen readers. Okay? I feel like when it comes to your intuition, things are black and white. Like, there is no in between. When it comes to your inner guidance, your inner compass, it's like either this situation is a yes, or either this situation is a no, and there is no shade in between when it comes to your intuition, when it comes to following your own guidance. I feel like you're someone who's very connected, again, to your higher self, your ancestors, your spiritual team, however you choose to call your higher power. You're very connected to them, and I feel like they communicate with you through signs, through symbols, through omens. You're an omen reader. You're able to discern just answers and get messages from certain things that happen in your life. So let's say, for example, you're thinking about something and the light flickers. You're like, oh, okay, this is telling me that I got to be careful. Or let's say, for example, you're thinking about something and all of a sudden the light goes red when you're driving, and you're like, oh, anybody would be like, well, yeah, the light's going to turn red. But I feel like you would be like, okay, no, that's a stop from spirit telling me to stop, to slow it down, to not rush into something, to put it on hold. That type of energy with you. And I feel like that's your superpower. Something that, others will seem as ordinary, or like it's meant to happen. Like, light changes. Of course it changes. It goes from, green to yellow and red. But you're able to kind of see the message behind it. You're able to discern. Like, you don't even need oracle or tarot, or you don't need a reading. You're able to discern these messages by yourself through your intuition and through the signs that your guides give you. And usually when you're following your own guidance, it's either things are black and white. There is no in between. There is no like, it's very clear to you, like, that's a no and that's a yes. You're able to see the writing on the wall from spirit, because literally for you, these signs and these symbols are writing on the wall. They're clear as day to you as a billboard on the street. It's like, it's very clear to you. There's no doubting yourself. And I feel like at one point you did, and they keep going back to that. At one point you did, and I feel like it really cost you something. I don't know. Uh, for example, I'm gonna give my example here. One time I was going to the park, and I was like, I'm gonna go shopping, and I didn't want to go back to my house and drop my bag off. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll hide it, in my car or whatever. And my car got broken into, my window got shattered. They took my purse, they took everything. I had to kind of like, report everything that was stolen, my ID, everything. This was a while back, like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. And right before heading down to the park, I knew this. I sat there in the lights and I was like, I should probably go home or just go straight to the market. I'll go to the park today. But no, I didn't listen to my intuition, and look what happened. So I feel like there was a situation in your life that kind of was similar, and that's why you now trust your intuition, because you're like, yeah, I'm not, because usually when we talk about our intuition, right, things sometimes don't manifest right away or don't happen right away, so we end up doubting ourselves. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're like, I'm no longer doubting my intuition, because my intuition is either, it's yes or a no. But that is your superpower. Then we have here the 9 of Pentacles. So another superpower that you do have. And interesting, we have Superman here. Isn't that the symbol for Superman? I'm pretty sure it is. I could be completely wrong, you guys, but if I am, just ignore me. Just ignore that comment. But your ability to create money, your ability to stand on your own, your ability to create your own abundance, to grow your own garden with the 9 of Pentacles. You might have Venus in Virgo, okay? But you can make money from a place of, again, your intuition. You know how to make business moves. You know how to, the choices that you make in your career, in your business, in your work, in your, academic life, whatever it is, you do it from a place of your intuition, and it always ends up working out for you. Okay, you're very independent. You're very resourceful with the 9 of Pentacles. You work hard. You believe that motto, the 9 of Pentacles, of working hard, of earning. You don't like things being given to you. 919 might be very significant. 10 might be very significant. Maybe your birthday's on September 19th. Maybe your birthday's on October 10th. Okay, or those numbers might be in your date of birth, life path numbers, or I don't know, there might be a sign for you. But I'm seeing here that you're very strong. Okay, you're very, like I said, resourceful. You're someone who is very beautiful too with the 9 of Pentacles. You're someone who stands on their own. Like, you're someone who doesn't really rely on other people. Okay, you're someone who knows what is right for you, and I feel like you inspire a lot of people with that pile number 1. I feel like you do. 2 of Cups. You have the ability to bring people on board. You're very balanced, okay, with the yin and the yang energy there. I feel like you're someone who attracts a lot of people. You're someone who attracts a lot of offers, work offers, collaboration offers. You attract a lot of beautiful partners too here. Okay, 11, as I said that. It could be that you also have a twin flame, and you and your twin are very connected. It could be that you and your twin are already in union and you're doing things together, okay, for the collective or for others. But I'm also seeing here that you're someone who's very loving, okay? You're someone who's very fair, very balanced with this yin and the yang energy here. You're able to create harmony. That's another one of your superpowers in all areas of your life, especially financially and when it comes to relationships. Time to decide. You're someone who maybe, again, with the numbers, you might see a lot of numbers, a lot of signs. I feel like all the decisions that you make, they have to be from a place of all the omens that you receive. You're someone who most likely will not make a decision unless you're like, yeah, I saw a sign that was confirmation. Like, I need some type of confirmation, but not from anyone external to you, but everything internal. So you might even have like a number to your guides that you're like, okay, guides, if this is a yes, you're going to show me 777. Or if this is a no, you're going to show me 555. Something like that. Like, you have a code, you have a language with your guides, which kudos to you, because I always tell people when I coach them that we have our own language with our guides, and it's something that we need to learn, and that we also need to kind of tell our guides, like, hey, show me this, like, to not be scared to kind of set the tone and to set boundaries and to request things to your guides. And I feel like you guys are pretty good at that. Again, your communication with your spiritual team is superb. Like, it's amazing. It's something that I feel like a lot of people would be surprised. They may not even be aware of this. They might just see you like in this full energy with that faith card there. They might just see you as kind of like, you know, this person just takes leaps and they're very lucky and they end up working for them. No, it's because you follow your inner compass. That is your gift. That you're able to trust yourself and trust your intuition and trust your spiritual team. And that's why things end up working for you. You always end up heading towards abundance and love and balance, you know? And again, with that, you know, imagery of black and white. For you, things are black and white. Like, there's no in between. Okay, and not because that's to say that you're rigid in your thinking or anything, but when it comes to the decisions that you make, the people that you have in your life, things are either black or white. You're just like, I'm not, you know, if my intuition says no, it's no. If my intuition says yes, then it's a yes. Like, you're very trusting of that. Your discernment is superb. It's, I don't even know how to describe you, pile number one. We have here, child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Exactly. You guys don't need, pile number one. What is your superpower? You are your own superpower. You're your own superhero here with the Superman card, right? Or Superwoman. Wonder Woman. Superwoman. Oh my God, you guys. When I get excited with these videos, but child of the cosmos. So I feel like you guys are very, very smart, very connected to, you guys are very aligned with yourself. It's not even with other people, or, you know, you're aligned with everything that's within you. You know that everything that you need is within you. You're very aware, you're very conscious of this, very conscious of this. Wow, that is your superpower. When it comes to decisions, you trust your own faith, you trust your own signs, your own discernment, your own truth, your heart. It's like, and you're able to tap into different dimensions too. You're very connected to the angelic realm as well. My own energy. Come on, you guys. Your superpower is your own energy. You're the plug, baby. That's what it is. You're just, you know what is right for you. It says here, I love being there for my friends and family while staying true to myself. Yeah, it doesn't matter who's around you. You stay true to yourself. You stay true to yourself. Anything that other people might tell you or you might hear, like, yeah, it might bring you down a little bit, but I feel like at the end of the day, you always come back to you. You always come back to that, like, you know, is that right for me? You know, and that's great. We need more people like that, pile number one, because we can get carried away with the hype. You know, everybody does, especially online. It's easy to do that. And so I feel here that you don't do that very much. You follow the own beat of your own drum. You are very Aquarian in nature, very Uranian in nature, and I feel like you just follow your own your own, you know, your own vision, your own voice, your truth. And yes, you can be there for other people because you are very loving and you're very caring and you're very, but you also know when to kind of like take a step back and be like, okay, I need to come back to me. I need to come back to my own energy and make a decision from that place. And so I feel like you can guide others. I feel like you're someone who can try to guide others, but at the end of the day, you're like, I cannot walk you through that door kind of thing, right? I am enough. Your superpower as well is that you are a projector. Okay, you project. You're like a mirror to other people. You're like a mirror to other people. This mirror is up here. So I feel like you mirror people's highest potential, but you can also mirror their lowest point as well. Yeah. You're someone who reflects back to people. As I said, that 1717, that might be significant. You reflect to other people where they are at in their spiritual journey. And that is difficult sometimes for people to accept because they can't point the finger back at you. They can't be like, oh, well, this, and that. But you are a mirror to them. Again, either you can mirror to them their best, the best version of themselves, or you can mirror their lowest version of themselves. You can mirror what they have healed, or you can mirror what they need to heal. And again, that's not an easy gift. That's not an easy superpower to have. Okay? But that's another one that you have. Surrender. Yeah, you're very good at that. You're very good at surrendering, trusting in love, trusting in faith, trusting in your own intuition, following your own light with the moth, right? Because a lot of people might see you kind of like, moths, they follow the light. Sometimes it gets them killed, right? Because of the moth and, the insects. But I feel like you're very good at discerning fake light and real light, and especially discerning your own light is what I'm getting here. Face the problem head on. I feel like you're someone who is not afraid with, facing certain situations in their life to, dealing with stuff right then and there. I feel like you're someone who, even within self, I feel like this is more within self, not so much like confrontational, but more along the lines of like, okay, yeah, I played a role in that. I am aware of that. I did that. And then you changing it. You have that type of awareness. That is your superpower. Power number 1, you gotta let me know who you are, baby, because this is dope right here. This is nice. Do not doubt your abilities, honor your roots. Yeah. I feel like you guys, you inspire this in other people because you're like a mirror. So I feel like because you take so many leaps of faith, you mirror this back to other people, and they're like, shit, I'm doubting myself. Sorry. You're like, I'm doubting myself. I'm holding myself back. And so that might not be easy for the receiver to receive, right? The person on the other side of the mirror. And I feel like some people, again, those who are doing the inner work, those who are healing, well, they're able to kind of take that reflection back and be like, oh yeah, I need to heal that, right? I need to work on that and like work on it. And other people do not do that. And that's okay. Everybody's on their own spiritual journey. Everybody's at their own pace. Everybody has their own things to deal with. But I feel like that's part of your superpower. You reflect this to people, kind of this energy of like, do not doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. Go back to your roots. Go back to your ancestors. Go back to source. Go back to your roots within you, that 4th house energy. Inner child healing, Archangel Haniel. I feel like you're someone, that's why you're able to take so many leaps of faith. You might even see that children gravitate a lot towards you. Okay, even babies, like when people are like, you're at the supermarket and people are holding their babies, you might see that they smile a lot at you, or they like say hi to you, or they just look at you a lot. They follow you with their eyes throughout, like, the market or wherever it is that you're at. But it feels like, to me, it's because they can recognize that inner child aura within you too. They're able to see it, that you're very connected to that inner child, and that's why you're able to take these leaps of faith. That's why you're able to trust yourself so well, because you're like a child trusts. A child doesn't see anything as impossible. A child will, haven't you ever seen a child try to problem solve something? Like if they don't have something, they'll try to get something to solve that issue. Like they're very smart, they're very expansive, they're very curious, and I feel like you're the same way, and that's your superpower. Surf with love. Yeah, again with that love, I feel like you do things with love. That is another thing of your superpowers. Like you do things with love. Maybe you went through some childhood trauma here, and it feels to me like you were able to overcome this situation, this trauma, from a place of love, and you're able to serve to others from a place of love, from a place of understanding, of awareness, because I feel like power number 1, you've done a lot of the healing here, a lot of the healing, and you might even work for the community or something like this. You have the ability to forgive, to turn your back if you need to, but you forgive. You don't hold grudges. Again, with that inner child, you don't hold grudges, but you're very much, make a judgment call when you need to make a judgment call from a place of self-love, from a place of following your intuition. And you're able to truly forgive, to really forgive and release and not judge. And that is amazing. That is admirable. And that is someone who is doing the work. You know what I mean? Because we don't get to this place without you doing the work, the inner work. So kudos to you. We have symbols. Yes, you're able to discern things with symbols. That is your superpower. An omen reader. You might be someone who can literally use anything. You can be using the dice, loteria, baraja, like, the poker cards. You can be using anything, and you can discern messages from your intuition with anything. Like even omens, like I said, even the light switching at the traffic light or the radio or whatever it is, like you're able to discern. You're very connected to source and spirit, and they communicate with you through symbols, through animal totems, through rainbows that you see, or just looking at things, or the way that they show up, the timing that they show up. You're able to discern all of this. You guys have inner child twice. That is so cool. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. Yes, I feel like you guys really believe that. You guys truly believe that anything is possible and everything is possible as long as you're following your own heart and your own discernment and your intuition and your own inner guidance. You're like, everything is possible. Why not? Why not? I'm getting Aries energy here. Very much Pisces energy as well. And I feel like maybe you as a child, you did suffer from a lot of pessimism from people around you, okay? Or you had a lot of people who didn't believe and didn't allow you to maybe explore and do things. And I feel like now that you're grown, you've done a lot of this inner child healing. You're like, why not? It can work. Yes, it can work. I can do this. I can try that. Why not? I try, and it ends up working for you, pile number one. It really does. And then we have Queen. Look at this. You radiate the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Again, I feel like you're very loving. You're very protective of others. Very, very protective of others, especially children, or if you have children. I feel like you're very protective over them. And I feel like, I'm pretty sure pile number one, you've caught yourself. Because again, I feel like you've done a lot of the shadow work, or you're currently doing, or this might encourage you to do so. But I feel like, you've caught yourself where you're like, okay, I am becoming a little bit arrogant and I need to tone it down. Like you keep yourself on check is what I'm getting here, pile number one. I really do feel that. And I do see a lot of growth here from you. A lot of growth. And I feel like you probably had a lot of people who were very controlling, who wouldn't let you express yourself creatively. And now you're able to do that. That is your superpower. You're able to do that. You're able to express yourself. Divine Mother, shut up. Sorry. Divine Mother. Yeah, you're very nurturing. Everything that you do, your passion, your kids, your relationships, your career, it's like you nurture it like a mother would. You're someone who's very compassionate. That's why you're able to forgive and not judge, because you're like, I've been there. I understand. I see where you're at. I see where your journey is. And I understand that, and you have healing to do, and that's okay. But I'm going to keep my distance, and I'll love you from afar. That type of energy. It's a lot of purple here. So I feel like you have a very strong crown chakra. Oh, but there's a duality to you. There's a duality to you. I feel like you're someone who can easily see the duality in all symbols. Because there's some people out there, and I'm not judging, but there is, right, that we have so many set ways of looking at things. Like, for example, meanings, right? I feel like you're able to tap into that duality. You're able to kind of see the misunderstandings from others, but also within yourself. But you're also able to put a lot of meanings to different things. That, again, a lot of symbols or just things that happen in your life. I feel like you're someone who's very knowledgeable. Again, you're very connected to your ancestors. And there is this duality to you. Power of self-love, again, going within. You have a lot of self-love, self-respect. That's why you carry yourself as a king or queen, right? Regardless of gender. That's why you're so connected to the cosmic, to the cosmos within you. You're someone who's very cosmic. You're someone who's very, you have mastered yourself, is what I would say. You've mastered yourself. There's that duality. You can be this volatile volcano. You can be. And you probably were at some point in your life. You're like, this volcano doesn't need to erupt. So, you know, you're very aware of that, of how ugly things can get with this volcano. You're able to see something that is not with the volcano here, that is not good, that can be destructive. And kind of, you know, stay away from that situation. Rain, purification. I feel like you're able to tame the volcano. You're able to tame the fire. You work really well with fire and water element. Gaia again. You guys, pile number one. You're very connected to Gaia. You're very protected. You're very nurtured. You're cared for. Everything you do, everything you touch grows. You're able to turn something volatile into something that is purified, into something that is beautiful, into something that is harmless, right? Because a volcano can literally harm you, but you can turn it into rain. You can turn a situation that could have been this way and purify it. And look at this. I've never noticed, and I've owned this deck for such a long time, that there's a couple there. I feel like in relationships, you're just this fiery, passionate person. And people might, that's a duality. People might not see you that way because they see this nurturing mother type, Mother Mary type of energy, Gaia energy. They don't get to see this Pele, the goddess Pele energy. Pele, where it's all, you know, passion and like that volcano symbology. So I feel like there's this other side to you that people don't get to see. And that's why you're able to stand on your own quite well, because you know yourself. You know yourself. You've mastered yourself, your imperfections, your perfections, your insecurities, everything. You've forgiven yourself for the things that you've done. I'm pretty sure there's still stuff that you need to forgive yourself about because it's a never-ending story, right? But I feel like you're very aware of who you are and what you can provide and what you can teach and guide others. That is powerful, pile number one. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, to hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you very much for all of you who have already booked your ticket to my tarot course. If you haven't, all the information is in the description box below. Bye. Hello, pile number two. Let's see what is your superpower. So I had to take a moment to kind of center myself before hitting record on your pile, just because pile number one was so intense and so touching. But you know, I just needed to kind of clear that energy out. So let's get started with your pile. So your energy feels a lot more mellow, a lot more calm, a lot more I don't know how to say it. I'm seeing a lot of green. So I feel like part of your superpower is definitely connected to your heart chakra and is connected to your emotions, your relationships, and also the relationship with self. But I feel like your superpower is to grow things, to expand on things, especially when it comes to your projects, your passions. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of bees. So to me, when I see bees, yes, queen bee energy. Hey, how are you? But I feel like for a lot of you as well, bees to me are all about community, right? Brotherhood, sisterhood. a sense of bringing community together, working with others. I feel like part of your superpower is working with others. You're someone who, you know, are very comfortable. You thrive in community and working with other people, and not just one partner, but with a lot of people. I feel like you're very good at working with other people, and let me tell you, that's a superpower, because a lot of us, and I include myself because I am human, but a lot of people, and you know this, we can see this in the world, you know, we're are not so good at working with other people, right? But I feel like pile number 2, you're really good at this. I feel like this is something that you're great at advocating for others. I feel like you're great at giving a voice to the voiceless. It's also something that I'm picking up. I'm also seeing children. So I feel like, I don't know if you work with children, okay, or you advocate for your children if you are a mother or a father. But I am seeing children very strongly here, and not like pile number 1 where it was about their inner child, but for you guys is more along the lines of like working with other children. You might be a teacher. For some of you might be a teacher, a therapist, something like this, or a coach, okay? Or like this could be something like you teach, you know, you are a soccer coach, a basketball coach, something like this. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but that's coming through. Okay, let's see what your cards are. I'm seeing a lot of green, so that might be your favorite color. I don't know. Your aura might be green. But green is a lot of growth. Again, you're able to grow things, nurture things. And you're very good at money as well. Okay. You might like green crystals. I don't know. Ooh, deception. Okay, your superpower is to see through the BS. Okay. You're able to see through the BS. You're able to see through people's colors. You're able to see, oh, that's why the green. You're able to see people's hearts and their true intentions. Like, what is their heart? Is it, you know, is it filled with remorse, with sadness? Is it filled with anger? Is it filled with sadness? Is it filled, I think I said that twice. Is it filled with, you know, deceit? Like what is it, what is the energy around their heart space? Are they being genuine? Are they not? Like, you're able to catch people like real quick and read them and discern, like, are they coming in with good intentions or bad intentions? Anger, interesting. Yeah, you're someone who's not afraid to cut through the BS with that sword. Very much Queen of Swords energy here is what I'm picking up. You might have a lot of angry people come towards you. I don't know why that's coming through, but that's something that I'm picking up. I feel like you're someone who also, your superpower is to be able to transmute the anger and the deception that other people might come your way, that might bring to the table, to your energy. Because I feel like you're a warrior, pile number 2. You're a warrior. You're not afraid of a fight. You're not afraid to stand up, call it what it is, right? With the Queen of Swords next to deception, you're not afraid to say, like, hey, that was deceptive. Hey, that was not good. Hey, you know, there was something off there, right? That type of energy. I feel here as well. I feel like you're someone who, again, going back to that transmuting of anger, you're someone who uses that anger to channel it towards something else. So, for example, your creativity, to your goals, to your dreams, to saying no, that is enough. I'm not tolerating this. If you guys follow me for a long time or are subscribed to the channel, you guys know that I always like to say anger is also a good thing. Yes, it's a bad thing if we don't know how to use it, if we don't know how to express it, if we don't know how to transmute it. But anger can also be that thing that tells us that's enough. I'm not tolerating this. I'm not standing for this. I am not okay with this. It could be, the anger can be the thing that tells you that's it. I'm walking away from this, you know, that type of energy. So I feel like you're really good at that, at transmuting that anger and that deception. And working it and channeling it towards good, towards your passion, your drive, your goals, you know, other things, your creative endeavors. Queen of Wands. Oh yeah, you're very beautiful, very, very beautiful. You might have a lot of fire in your chart. Okay, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. I feel like, again, you're someone who is able to see through people's masks. See how she has a mask, but it's like she took it off. So I feel like you're able to read people very well. You're able to see through their mask. And I feel like people are surprised at that. People are like shocked to the fact that you can read them, that you can feel their energy, and you can literally tell them. Because I don't feel like you shy away from that, from telling people, like, you know, that, you know, whatever it is that you need to say. We have here the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you're able to build walls. You're able to build a wall, an energetic wall between you and deceptive people. You're able to block people off. You're able to, you know, especially people, the miser, right? You're giving to someone else, or people who want to take from you, right? Because the Four of Pentacles is, we have this person with the pentacle in their head, in their arm, in their feet, in their hands. Like, you know, there's this energy of, I feel here that you're able to see if people are coming at you because they just want something financially or something that benefits them. Like, you're able to see through that and build a wall, build a barrier with them. Author. But I also feel like you're very helpful. Okay, you might be very skilled at writing. You might be very good at writing. I feel like you're someone who, again, you have the gift of the gab. You're able to communicate. You're able to speak up. You're able to get, you know, the truth across, or get your viewpoint across quite well. Okay, I feel like you're someone who likes to express themselves. Then we have here baby steps. Yes, I feel like another superpower of yours is to take action. I feel like you're someone who takes a lot of action. You don't move very fast. I don't get that at all, especially with baby steps here. I don't get that a lot. I feel like you move slow and steady. Okay, you think about things. You get your ducks in a row. I feel like you're someone who is able to plan, to execute things, especially things that you're passionate about here with that Queen of Wands. You're someone who definitely can get to the top. Okay, you can get to the top. I feel like you're someone who as well loves to help others, loves to assist others, especially those who have like a white, like they're very pure or innocent. Okay, I feel like you're someone who likes to protect them, to kind of make them feel like, oh yeah, you're not alone, or yeah, no, that wasn't okay. Like, I feel like you give a lot of validation to others. I'm seeing someone in particular here, but I'm not gonna say nobody's name, but it's not a bad thing. But I know somebody like this, and I feel like they're showing me like this person. So I feel like, yeah, this is someone who really likes to protect others. They're very protective. Okay, very protective. And then we have here unlimited. Yeah, I feel like you're very inspiring to others. Like, you inspire others. I feel like you're amazing at manifesting things as well. I feel like you're someone who is a master manifester. You see your own potential, like your potential is unlimited, but you also see that in others, and you tell them, like, you know what, you are unlimited. You can create anything that you want. You motivate others. You inspire others. We have here overcome any obstacles. Yeah, you're not someone who's gonna be like, oh, I came across the brick wall, like I'm gonna stop. No, you will work your way through that brick wall. You will find a way. Okay, is what I'm getting here. You will not just sit there and be like, oh, okay, well, you know, this obstacle came up. No, you will work through it. You will get things done, even if that means taking baby steps. Because you believe in yourself, because you know how powerful you are, and that is your superpower. You have earned your stripes and you trust yourself. Exactly. You've been through many challenging things in your life, pile number 2. And because you've been through that and you've gone through your own set of trauma and your own set of obstacles yourself and your own delays and restrictions, and you probably have like strong Saturn placements in your chart, where at a young age, you know, you've went through a lot of this restriction, limitations, feeling maybe like powerless at some point. I feel like because you've mastered this, you're very aware that you've earned your stripes, that you can work through anything, even if that means that it has to be slow, even if that means that it has to be in baby steps. You're like, it's okay, because I know who I am. I know the stripes that I have. Interesting, because I did pick a B energy. I trust myself. I trust in my ability to overcome everything that comes my way. And that is a freaking good superpower to have. Do not deny the needs of your body. So I do feel here that you are someone who, again, does things at your own timing. You're very aware of what your body needs and what your body is asking of you. And I feel like you know that when your body needs rest, you give it a rest, right? You allow it to relax. And then when your body wants movement, action, passion, you also give it that as well. Your personal atmosphere. Yeah, you're very good at that. You are very good at discerning who is allowed into your personal atmosphere and who is not. And not who, but also what emotions, what thoughts, what beliefs. Is this something that is holding you down? You're very good at dealing with that and letting that go and being like, okay, yeah, you're not coming into my personal atmosphere. And even with people, like, because you're able to see through the deception and you're able to see through the BS here, you're very good at like, yeah, you don't belong in my personal atmosphere. You don't belong in my personal space. You need to leave. Or I just will not talk to you, will not, communicate with you, whatever it is, work with you, whatever. I feel like you're very good at that. You're very selective with who and what comes into your personal atmosphere. And let me tell you, not a lot of people can do that, pile number 2. Not a lot of people can do that. You're able to hold your boundaries. You're able to draw the line in the sand and be like, this is my line, and you're not overstepping, you're not crossing it. And you're very good at that with yourself too, of you yourself sticking to your own boundaries. Because a lot of us can set boundaries and then just be like, yeah, well, I'll make the exception this one time. And that's what, when other things can happen. But I feel like you're very good at keeping your boundaries and setting those boundaries, maintaining, right? Empower your habits. Archangel Uriel, and we have Archangel Michael. Yes, I feel like you're someone who, again, you motivate yourself, you empower yourself. You give yourself pep talks. Even maybe you do a lot of positive affirmations and you're like, I can do this, I've earned my stripes, I've worked really hard, I've been through worse, and so if I made it through this, I can make it through this one. Like, you're very good at that, very, very good at that. And I feel like you inspire other people to do the same. You do. Okay, I feel like you stand out in a crowd, because I do see you with a lot of people. Like, you're very good at working with others. But I also feel like you're a good networker is what I'm getting here. Good, you have a good network system. But it's like you don't lose yourself in the crowd either. Again, you know who you are. Linked with spirit. That is your superpower as well. You are one with spirit. You communicate with spirit. You have a strong bond with spirit. You and spirit, you're able to receive messages from spirit so clearly. There might even be an ancestor in particular or deity who communicates with you constantly. But you are linked with spirit. You're linked with source. And I feel like you're able to also link yourself with others, which can be a good and can also be a dangerous thing. But I feel like you're very good at holding or upholding spiritual boundaries, because I feel like a lot of people might try to link with you because they like your energy. You can even attract some energetic vampires, but I feel like you're very good again at setting those limits, those boundaries spiritually and physically. But you're also able to, again, that's the reason why you're able to see through people's BS and see through people's intention, like see their true intentions and see beyond the mask that they put out to the world or to themselves, or because sometimes people do that. They wear a mask for themselves too. There's certain things they don't want to accept. And I feel like you're someone who, because you're able to form this strong link, well, first of all, you have a strong link with spirit, and now you're able to form a strong link with other people. You're able to see. That is the reason why you're able to see through the deception and through the anger and all their feelings and the mask that they're wearing. Okay, we have here child orphan. So I feel for a lot of you, this is how you learn to read people quite well. And it could be because maybe as a child, you didn't have anyone to rely on, okay? Or you were always the observer. You were always looking at other people, reading other people's energies, and you've learned to go at things alone. That's why I said, I don't know if like when you were a child, there was a lot of limitations, a lot of restrictions, a lot of trauma, or a lot of situations that really put you in a position where you had to survive. And I mean like literally survive. This wasn't like, something minor. This was something like, I'm seeing, and I feel like that's why you also work with children. You want to motivate other children, but I feel like you might have gone through something really big. For example, losing a parent, or going into adoption, or losing your home, or I'm also hearing undocumented parents, okay? Something like this, something big. This is not like something small. This was something big that really, again, you earned your stripes in a way. You've learned a lot through that, but it wasn't something easy that you went through. But you've learned to survive on your own, and you've learned to read people and situations, and that's why you're very good at what you do, and that's why that is your gift as well. Maybe you did look for a lot of surrogate families. For example, like you always wanted to belong, but because you wanted to belong so bad, you ended up in situations that weren't good for you, right? Circle of friends that weren't good for you. And so all of this taught you lessons. Like you've learned this, and that's why you've learned to read people quite well. And then we have your servant, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Shadow attribute, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with your life. For a lot of you, like I said, there was something here that at some point in your life, it could have been childhood, it could have been recently, where you maybe lost some finances, maybe you lost a job, and you're like, I'm not using that excuse to not move forward. Like there's always something I can do. So you've become very resourceful. That's another one of your superpowers. And you do this with such delight. Like you love serving others, you like helping others. That's why I always say, like, you're very community driven. I'm getting the image of someone who also serves, like shelters and people who are in need. And you do this from a place of a lot of love. You might be a Virgo as well. It always reminds me of Virgo energy because I know they're always of service. So you might have strong Virgo placements. Or you might work with children, like I said earlier, that's coming up very strongly. I feel for a lot of you, you had to grow up real fast. Okay, and again, I don't feel like this was just because this is because something happened that you had no other choice but to grow up real fast. Either to help a parent, to help family, or because of life circumstances, you somehow found yourself on your own. And so your instinct, your survival skill was reading people, seeing through people's deception and their BS, and like, learning to put these boundaries, these walls up energetically, physically. And so you've learned this is your superpower. And you have no one else to rely on but your own connection to source. And that's why your connection to spirit is so strong. And I feel like you use this situation that happened to help and assist others in some way, shape, or form. Okay, pile number 2, sensuality. Okay, so there is, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this in YouTube, but there could have been trauma around, just change that to an X because I don't know if I'm able to talk about it, but there could have been trauma around that as a child as well. Okay, and I feel here for a lot of you, there could have been fear because of that to express yourself in a feminine way. But you have a lot of wisdom. I feel like you're someone who's very passionate, okay? Someone who's very intuitive. I always think of tigers as very intuitive creatures. And then we have harvest, yeah. Gathering of blessings. Again, I feel like your superpower is to gather a beautiful harvest for yourself. You're able to do that because you have earned your stripes. You have done the work. You know, you have, and that's not to say like, you know, what happened to you is a good thing. No, by any means, that's not what I'm saying. But I just feel like because you've learned to gather your own basket of fruit, of bread, you know, you've learned to depend on yourself. And I feel like you teach that to a lot of people, and that is also your superpower. Because you're like, if I made it through that, you can make it through this. That type of energy. Fire. Yeah, you might be a fire sign, Virgo, Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and fire. But don't get caught up in the signs, you guys. I just say them because some people like them. We have passion here, so I feel like you're someone, again, you've learned to find the light within the darkness by following your passion. And that's what you do with others. You inspire others, you motivate others, you help them find the light. Use that anger to light their way out of the darkness. That is, I should write that for my Instagram quote of the day, because I always write quotes on Instagram. Okay, got it, before I forget it. But yeah, that's what you do. Like, you are your own light. You transmute your anger in such a way that it helps you get out of this dark, dual, void energy. Then we have stone people, vigilance. Yeah, you're very protective of yourself. Very protective of yourself and the people who are in your community, the people who are in your circle. But I also feel like here with stone people, once you make up your mind, there is no budging you. Like, there is no, swaying you in any direction. Nothing. You're like, I'm this person. I'm like a boulder. I am not moving anywhere. I know what I want. I know what I need. And I'm going in that direction. And I feel like you're someone who's very stable for people. I feel like you are someone who, also another superpower of yours is like you're able to provide this stability for yourself because you know what it's like to be in no stability. But also I feel like the people that you do let into your own personal space, atmosphere, it's like you're very grounding to them because you're like, I know what it's like to be left out in the cold, so I do not want people to feel that way. And so you become like this boulder for other people. And I feel like that is amazing. But I feel like you have the discernment to know, okay, who can I be a boulder to and who can I not? Who can I be this pillar of strength to and who can I not? But you're your own pillar of strength. You are. And that is amazing. So that is what I have for you, pile number 2. If it resonated, hit that like button, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you to all of you who have already booked your ticket to the tarot course. Everything is in the description box below. Where to buy your ticket, all of that is in the description box. Again, the class is July 17th, so next Saturday. Have a great day. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Let's see what is your superpower. Let's have a look here. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of the color brown, like a tan type of color. So to me, this talks about physical, tangible things, okay? It talks to me about you're able to bring things to completion. You're able to bring things full circle. You're anything that you set your mind to, you're able to effortlessly bring it into culmination. So very good at manifesting is what I'm getting here as well. You have like pile number 3. I feel like you have this shaman type of energy to you guys. Okay, you're very connected. You might be someone who does identify as a shaman, or you like a lot of their practices, or you just really resonate with their rituals and their work and their spiritual philosophies, and the way they look at things. I feel like you're someone too as well that you are, again, you're able to manifest a lot of things in your life. Okay, I'm also getting here, I feel like you also have a lot of family members who were shamans or curanderas. Okay, if in Spanish, curanderas, or a lot of, I'm getting in the masculine side in particular. Okay, in the masculine, so father's side. This could have been your father's grandma or mother, but there's a lot of like curanderismo. There's a lot of shamanic practices. I'm getting Brazil very strongly. Okay, Brazil. I'm also getting here, very interesting, I'm getting Egypt. Yeah, Egypt. I'm also getting here as well, you work a lot with the fire element and water element. So you're able to create alchemy. That is your superpower. You're able to create alchemy. You're able to reach things, manifest things that other people would see or will see them as impossible, is something that I'm picking up here. Your animal totem might be a whale as well, is something that I'm picking up. You might be very connected to the Milky Way. I don't know why that's coming up, but I'm hearing the Milky Way. So you might even resonate with the term star seed. Also dragonflies and music, drumming. Okay, drumming might be a big thing for you guys. Native American practices, shamanism is coming up. Your ability to see the light at the end of the tunnel, your perspective on things is your superpower. You're very much, I'm hearing you're veiled. Okay, you're veiled. Your guides veil you. You're able to see beyond the veil too. Yeah, and again, they're saying effortless. Things for you happen effortlessly. That is your superpower. But let's have a look at the cards here. Soulmate. Okay. You're able to attract people to work with you, to help you accomplish your goals, your dreams, to manifest things. Okay. It's like you attract the right people at the right time to help you and assist you in the things that you need to create, or in anything that you're having trouble with. Let go. You're very good. Another one of your superpowers is your ability to let go. Your ability to surrender. Surrender to what spirit wants you, to what your ancestors are wanting you to do. Okay, you're able to go with the flow. You are someone who, and that's why things manifest so effortlessly, because you're someone who doesn't like to be in control, or maybe you did at some point, but you've learned that trying to be in control of things doesn't really get you anything. It creates more resistance. So you're someone who has learned to let go of control, to let spirit kind of take the wheel here. That you know that if things leave, they weren't meant for you, especially in relationships. I feel like you're someone who just goes with the flow with relationships, connections, friendships, platonic, whatever it is, co-workers, whatever it is. You're just someone who is able to release, to let go, to be like, okay, I trust that this situation just wasn't for me, or something better will come. Abundance, King of Pentacles. You might be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay, but you're someone who is able to create a strong foundation. You're someone who is able to bake your own cake and eat it too. I feel like, again, the masculine side. There's something here with the masculine side of your family. You get these gifts from the masculine side. You're able to work with your hands, okay, to create, to not get your hands dirty. Like, you know, the King of Pentacles, he became the King of Pentacles by going through all the suit of Pentacles, right? So he worked the ground. He, you know, planted seeds. He watered them. He was patient. He gave them structure. He nurture them. And I feel like you're someone who is not afraid to do that. You're not afraid to do the hard work. You're not afraid to for you to do your own work. Like, you're someone who is like, if I want to get it done, I will get it done. Okay, you're not someone who shies away from it. You do believe in hard work. Discovery, the Six of Swords. Yeah. Whenever you're feeling resistance, you push right through it. You're able to break to the other side where the rainbow is. You're able to make it. You're able to get out of difficult situations. Okay, you're someone who is open to discovering new money paths, new business opportunities. You're someone who is very innovative as well. Okay, you're someone who is willing to try different things when it comes to your stability, your foundation, your career, your finances. Crystals. You might work with crystals. You might be someone who works with Reiki, because the hands are standing out to me. You're someone who has energy in your hands. Okay, that's why I'm getting like shaman. I feel like you're able to see opportunity where nobody else can see that. And again, crystals are formed in earth. Your ability is to, I feel like, take something like a grain of salt and turn it into a pearl, right? Like, you're not afraid of the pressures of life. You're not afraid of, again, getting your hands dirty, of grinding, of working, of like, you know, going to the top. This is giving me a lot of like Capricorn energy. This could be my CEO, CFO type of energy here. You're like, I know that all the pressures that spirit gives me, all the challenges, all these difficult waters, you know, that I go through, challenges, like, I know that they are to form a pearl, to form a diamond, to form something beautiful, just like crystals. Because crystals are formed through time, but also through pressure, right? The portal, you are able, another one of your superpowers, I feel like, is you are able to open new doors for yourself. And it's because you have the gift of letting go, the gift of surrendering, allowing things, allowing the wave to take you where it needs to take you, without having to put that resistance, without having to, you know, get in your own way. I feel like you are okay with the wild card. You're like, if spirit puts a wild card or plays a wild card, you're like, okay, that just means I need to be somewhere else. That just means that I need to, you know, redirect or reroute where I'm going, but that's okay because I'm trusting. I'm trusting spirit, and I'm trusting that the doors that they're going to open for me are going to be a lot better than where I was at, and it's going to lead me towards this King of Pentacles, this abundance, to new discovery, new horizons, right? Like, I might not know what's on the other side of that portal, but I'm trusting, I'm letting go, and I know that there will be rewards, and you go for it. Water your dreams. Again, you're very connected to the earth element. Okay, so you might be someone who really loves doing rituals. You must really love doing rituals. I feel like people who connect with the earth element, they love burning candles and doing, you know, all these different types of rituals. You might be someone who's very connected to Mother Earth as well. Okay, maybe you like gardening, planting. Maybe you do that ritual where you plant a seed with like a set intention, or with like a little paper with your dream on it, and so you're watering that plant and you're watching it grow. Or maybe that's something that you just started doing and you're like, okay, this is a symbology to me growing my abundance. And so, you know, that plant growing and looking at it, how it grows and how green and how beautiful it is, that is how your abundance is. So you might be doing that, but I feel like you're someone who definitely waters their dreams. You're someone who does not leave it up to other people to get your dreams done. Like, you do them yourself. Yes, you work with others, don't get me wrong, maybe with the partner here, with the soulmate, but I feel like you're someone who is not afraid to do things on their own too. It's not personal. I feel like you're someone who, you might even be like a workaholic. Okay, I feel like you're someone who also doesn't take things too personal. because you're on your own. Estás en tu propio rollo. Like, you're on your own thing right here, right? That's a saying in Spanish, kind of being like, you're on your own world. You're doing your own thing. You're not even aware of what someone else might have been doing, because you're just like, I was just taking care of my own work, my own finances, my own dreams, that I wasn't aware of anything else. So I feel like you're someone who doesn't take things too personal. Not even the things that happen to you, the reroutings, the resistance. You're just like, it's not personal. It just means that I need to surrender, that I need to let go. And that is your superpower. That is amazing. Not a lot of people can surrender, and not a lot of people can let go. A lot of people take that personal. I've been in that stage in my life where I'm like, why? Like, why is this happening? So kudos to you for not taking things personal, and working through it and still trusting and believing. That is amazing. Wow, yeah, you're very connected to earth. You're able to plant seeds. Anything you plant and you nurture and you water and you like learn how to go with ebb and the flow of it, they grow. Like, your seeds grow. They turn into this beautiful, like, beautiful tree. I was going to say a particular tree, but I forgot in the middle of saying that sentence. But I feel like you believe in your own manifestation abilities. You believe in your ability to turn this seed and turn it into a beautiful, is it oak tree? A beautiful tree that is going to give you shades for years and years and years to come. It's going to give you fruit. It's going to bear fruit, You're someone who is able to turn this beautiful seed into an empire, a legacy, into something that will nurture you and everyone around you. You're very resourceful too. That's another one of your gifts. Open your mind to a new perspective. Yes, you can do this. That is part of your gift, is that you're able to see things from a different perspective, because you're like, well, let me discover where's spirit taking me. You're very curious, even though you do have a lot of earth here with this King of Pentacles, but you might have a lot of mutable energy in your chart too, where you're able to go with the flow. You're able to kind of be like, okay, I'm not as rigid, I'm not as fixed. I'm able to kind of see, you might have a lot of Pisces, Virgo, or Gemini energy in your chart. And you're able to kind of be like, okay, I'll go with the flow. I kind of see where it goes, and you have the ability to open your mind to a new perspective, a new vision. And this is a vision from source. It's not so much from other people, which I've seen this with every pile, which is great. It's fantastic, because it's like your connection to source is what the perspective that you're allowing yourself to see. And you're like, oh, well, there's my sign that all is okay. All is well. Like, all the reroutings, all the U-turns that I'm doing, it's all okay. I know spirit has a plan, and I'm trusting it, and I'm going with it. Okay. And I feel like you do get a lot of validation. You do get a lot of, from spirit, a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities that everything's okay, that you're on the right track. And that's what keeps you moving in that direction. And that's what keeps you not building that resistance. Ask for help. I feel like you are someone who, again, because you're not as rigid, if you do need to ask for help, you do ask for help. But also, I feel like when people come to you for help, you're able to guide them and assist them, because you're like this person here that I feel like this angel, right? That is kind of like has their home built and everything, and it looks so pretty. Like, you've come a long way. We can see the pathway here. But you're also very kind to assisting others and guiding others if they need it. You're able to motivate others and remind others, like, look, this is what I have. You can create this too. Like, you don't shame people for coming for you to help. But I also feel like you're also someone who can ask for help if you need it. That is what keeps you in this discovery energy. Because you're like, well, if I need to learn, let me go and ask for help. Let me go ask someone who knows more about the topic that I am inquiring about. But I also feel like you're someone who also asks spirit for help all the time, and you do listen. So spirit is more than happy to assist you and help you. New levels of light. Yeah, I feel like your superpower is to always achieve a new level in your career. I feel like this is definitely career, abundance, your job, all of that, corporate, if that's something that you're in. I feel like you are someone who is able to always keep moving forward. Okay, you're not afraid to take the steps that you need to take to get to the top, to get to where you need to go. To the top is going to be different for all of you, and that's okay. But I feel like you are very connected to your angels, to your ascended masters. And I feel like, again, you put in the work, you water those dreams. It's not like you just wait for Jupiter to bless you. It's like you're very Saturnian. Yeah, you're very Saturn like. You're very disciplined. Okay, very disciplined, very committed, very organized. That is also one of your superpowers. Very committed to the things that you do want to achieve. Power of empathy. Again, it's like, with all this earth element, we could assume that there could have been this rigidness to you, but there isn't. You're very empathic. Okay, you're someone who is able to connect with other people, to assist them, to help them if they need help. Okay, you're very connected to your heart space, again with that water. I feel like you're someone who is able to be in balance when it comes to your emotions. Okay, and you're also able to do that for other people. You are a mystic, so that's another one of your superpowers. Okay, you're someone who does have an intimate connection with the divine. That's why I feel like you're able to trust and let go so easily. It's because you have this strong bond with spirit. Because if you didn't trust spirit, you'll be like, I'm not letting go. Who you're talking to? I'm taking that personal. Like, why is that not moving? But I feel like because you have this strong connection to source, I mean, you might have like your moments of doubt. Don't get me wrong. We are human, right? We're a spiritual being in a human body, and so we will have moments of doubt, but I feel like you ultimately come back to that energy of like, you know what, I trust, this has worked out before, so I'm gonna trust this time around. And I feel here as well, yeah, you know how to stop yourself. Okay, how to stop yourself sometimes from self-sabotaging or not believing. I feel like you're very good at that, but you are very connected to your crown chakra, to your heart chakra, as well to your root chakra. Okay, 1717 might be significant for you. Who else got that? I believe it was pile number 1 or 2, I don't remember, but somebody else got that. You have your prince. So again, I feel like you're very proper. I don't know why I just heard that. You're very proper. You're very charming. Okay, I feel like you're someone who is of a lot of power. You're someone who maybe holds like a strong position of power in your community or in your work or in certain area of your life, or maybe in all areas of your life. I feel like you're someone who, you're very humble is something that I am getting. Like, a lot of people might think like you're full of yourself. Okay, but I feel like you're really not. I feel like you're someone who is actually very humble, pile number 3. And again, with the earth element, plants, okay, gardening. Connect with the earth element more. We have your tenderness. Yeah, you're like a very sweet soul. 9, the hermit. I feel like you're very knowledgeable. You're like a guide to others. I feel like as well, I'm getting here, true love. You have love for everyone and everything in life. You're very compassionate, but also what I'm getting here is that you have a partner who is helping you, who's assisting you. Okay, that's something that's coming through very strongly. This person could be a Virgo. And then we have innovation. Yeah, you're a very innovative person. You're not afraid to try different things. You're not, even though again you're this King of Pentacles, you're not afraid to try different things. You're like, you know what, I'm gonna go for the new, I'm gonna discover something new. You're always breaking ground. There it is. You're breaking trail, you're breaking ground, you're trying different things. You're like, why not experiment? Life is too short. I feel like you're someone who gets very bored easily, so you like that diversity, and so that is one of your superpowers. Wow, green man, interesting. Pile number 1 got all about Gaia, and you guys are getting the green man. So synergy, like I said, alchemy. Okay, everything you touch grows. Everything you touch turns into gold. You guys have that Midas touch in everything that you do in life. And then we have rainbow, blessings. I feel like you're someone who, again, you bring your own blessings to you, but you're someone who's very generous. You're someone who shares your blessings with others. I feel like one of your signs might even be rainbows, okay, or a particular flower. But I feel like you're able to weather out the storm. That's why you're able to see the rainbows, and that's why you have the rainbows on this card as well. Yeah, I feel like you're someone who just goes with the flow. I'm seeing someone dance, so you go with the flow. You're like, yeah, you know what? Things will move along. It will rain. Life, the weather changes. You're just like very much go with the flow type of energy. I really like your energy because it feels to me like you're someone who knows that spirit, you know, has given you a promise to get something done, to bring something to you. So you uphold and you trust that spirit will bring that promise, will deliver that promise to you. I also feel like you're someone who, when you promise something, you stick to your promises. You're not someone who, will say something and then do something completely different. I don't think that that's true. I feel like you're someone who sticks to their word. And I'm also getting here that you're very strong, okay? Very strong, like a mountain. You're very fixed too, in a way. So there is this dual energy to you. You can be very flexible but also very rigid when you need to, okay? When you need to defend what is important to you. Yeah, this shaman energy. You have this ancient healing wisdom and you have a strong bond with spirit. Crystals, pile number 3. You might work with crystals, or you should work with crystals, okay? I feel like it'll be really good for you to do that. I feel like you have many times in your life emerged from difficult things, and that's why you trust yourself and your abilities so much, because you've been through a lot, is what I'm getting here. Yeah, and ultimately, your superpower is that you know that all paths will ultimately lead you to where you need to go. You're like, all paths lead to home. All paths will lead to where I need to be. Therefore, I do not need to get so fixated on steering the ship in a particular direction, because I know that ultimately, spirit will take me to where I need to be. So my job is just to trust and put in the work and allow spirit to take the wheel. And I feel like you have this inner authority. Okay? You have this inner authority and you listen to your own authority, is what I'm getting here too, pile number 3. You're someone that, again, can see potential where others cannot. And that is your superpower. Where other people will look at it and be like, wow, that's deserted. Like, that's not going to bear any fruit. You're like, no, watch me. I have a green thumb. Watch me turn this into a beautiful, luscious, luscious garden. Yeah. Okay. I'm also getting the energy of like you being like, oh, you know, somebody saying like you cannot bake that cake, and you being like, oh yeah, I can bake it and I can eat it too. Just give me a quick second. Might take me a while, but just give me a second and I can do that for you. So that is what I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that it resonates. I wish you guys the best. Don't forget to subscribe, to hit that like button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you to all of you who have already purchased your ticket to the tarot course. It will be next Saturday. All the information is in the description box below. Bye. Stay safe.